Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon, so you never miss any new updates, cause whenever we upload new video you will get a notification on your phone.
Most attractive football to watch, but you have to admire Iceland for their doggedness, for their structure, their refusal to yield. Patrice?
I think you have to give credit to Iceland. That's what we expect from them. I say that in half-time. I think all the Iceland fans must be proud of them because they give everything. They play really with them hard. They know they won't be in control of the game, no any possession, but actually I think it's the fair result, and they deserve even to win. I'm really, really happy with Iceland because that's what I expect from them.
Yeah, absolutely. OK, VAR then. We're going to be a lot of debates about this, aren't there, throughout this World Cup. Do we think actually that maybe these decisions are both wrong? They've got them back to front. Let's start with the first penalty. You're not convinced it's a penalty at all?
No, it had all the hallmarks of a penalty. The defender's the wrong side, the forward Metzer gets in front of him, the ball looks like it's there to be headed, and you think straight away it's got all the natural instincts of a penalty. But when you start to look at it closely, and this is what VAR's here for, you start to see that the right leg of Metzer, just throws his leg upwards and outwards towards Magnussen to actually initiate the contact, and that tells me it's not a penalty.
Messi missed the penalties, missed 3 of his last 6 now. And let's talk to Mark Clattenburg about it all then. Mark, right, what do you think of that decision, and what else should have happened, do you think? In other words, whether the referee should have gone to the booth on the halfway line to have a look at it?
Well, first of all, I agree with Gary 100%. He initiates the contact from the defender, the attacker, and therefore it shouldn't have been a penalty. But this is what video assistant refereeing's for, to give the chance for the referee to look at a second replay, and he should have been sent to the review area to review the decision. Is this taking too much time? Are they worrying about the time? Is this the most important? But surely it's about getting this the decision correct.
Right, let's have a look at the second one then, which wasn't given, Henry, which on first viewing we thought maybe that Pavon had dived. We thought he was going to be booked for simulation, but then when we had a look at it close up, do you think actually he was fouled?
Yeah, as you said, I mean, when we looked at it first, it looked like he dived. But here you see, I mean, when he's coming down, it's a touch on his right foot, and it's a penalty. And that's why I thought we have this system that we have in order to get these things right, because it's so important. Now it's a group stage, it's 1-1, so maybe it doesn't matter that much, but I still think if you have the system like this, use it.
Yeah. Mark, that's a surprise on that one, that maybe that the referee didn't get a shout, don't restart play, we are having a look at this, we think there might be something in this.
It's a big surprise. It's a big surprise for me because I've been a big believer of VAR, 100%. And this is the big moment where the decision should have been reversed. Okay, once the ball is back in play, then he can't give the penalty. But you can see here there's clear contact. It's not simulation. I thought it was simulation at the time, but you can see it's a foul. But once the referee restarts play, he then can't go back. Like we see in the Australia match with France, the ball didn't go out of play, therefore they can come back and give the penalty. Once the ball is out play and they've restarted, we cannot go back and review. But he should have at least went to the review area, because the referee gets one chance to see it, and it was important to see the replays again to see it was a clear penalty.
Patrice, is the worry in all this is that the players aren't going to have faith in the system? They'll be looking at this, of course they are. They'll watch the other matches and they'll go, hang on a second, these decisions seem to have been back to front. We're not sure we can trust this VAR system.
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone will have a different point of view about the VAR system. But Gary say something like, why they didn't go back? They gave a penalty and it wasn't a penalty. So why they didn't go back to that action and say it wasn't a penalty? So it's really complicated.
Yeah. To me, there's a capability issue here at what we're asking the referees in that VAR truck to do, because we're in broadcasting. This is a broadcasting talent. You're asking, there's 40 camera angles. Now, you might say, OK, there's only 10 camera angles that you need to look at. But if you're asking the VAR official, who's got 2 mates alongside him, to make a decision in 10, 15 seconds, he's got one television screen split up into 9 multiple screens or 10 multiple screens, like a Rubik cube of little things. He's got pressure on him to try and pick the right angle, look at them quickly. We don't, commentators get it wrong sometimes, commentators get it wrong, analysts get it wrong. If they're being asked to make it in real quick speed, there is a capability issue here about whether they can actually do it in such a quick time and get the right angles and the right views. And that's my worry. I don't know what's going on in those trucks, but I think that's the thing they need to be transparent about and show us, because I'm not sure they'll be able to actually select the angles quickly enough to get the decision back to the referee if the ball has then been restarted.
Yeah, I think there's an awful lot for VAR still to iron out. What about Lionel Messi's day after all this, Henrik? He misses the penalty as well. Every time he got the ball, it was, you know, it was bees round a honeypot, wasn't it?
Yeah, Iceland just doubled up on him as soon as he got the ball or close to the ball. But I think Argentina make it a little bit easy for Iceland as well, because everything was happening in front of them all day. The only time they really created something was, when they played the long ball, Messi to Mesa, and he got the penalty that he shouldn't have. But there they made it a little bit difficult for the defense because there was something happening in behind them. So Messi wasn't the best today, but the whole Argentinian team has to look a little bit, what can we do differently? Because they didn't get the ball up into the dangerous areas we were talking about a little bit earlier, like to Di Maria or Mesa or Messi even in that pocket. I don't know. He changed Biglia for Banega.
Banega came on, yeah.
Yeah, but why do you still sit with two? I mean, for me, it was the problem to get the ball into the dangerous man.
Yeah.
But in one point, I will agree with Henrik. But the things like when you saw Cristiano Ronaldo last night, you know, he's down to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Today he was down to Messi, and he didn't perform well. So I agree with you because I think the player around him, they should perform much better. But Ronaldo had the same problem last night. But I just feel like Ronaldo enjoy that pressure more than Messi. I think Messi just get frustrated, like his teammates, they are not performing well around him. But Ronaldo just love it. He just love it. You see when he take that free kick last night, he know he was good. He didn't have any doubt. He know he's going to score, and that's what he did.
Not the same faith with Messi, who was further out, to be fair, with that free kick, wasn't he? OK, after the break, we're going to hear from England's Kyle Walker as he looks ahead to Monday's opening game.